Hello folks, this is Josh from 1047. Today we're going to do something a little different, and that is talk about the Gold Bullion system in the Fallout 76 endgame. If you're not familiar, the gold is a new currency introduced after finishing the new main quest line. At the end of that, you can have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 gold, and then you can gain an extra 200 per day from turning in treasury notes to the gold press machines. These notes are obtained from doing public events and the daily faction quests. Another bunch of gold can be obtained once per week from Smiley at the Wayward at a cost of 1,000 caps per 50 gold bullion. With your gold, you can purchase new endgame recipes from the Secret Service in Vault 79, and also the faction vendors in the Crater and Foundation. That's the quick version of Gold Bullion. Now that a lot of people have finished the new main quest line, there's been some discussion on the daily rate of gold bullion earned via treasury notes, and the vendor turn in 200 per day, or per 20 hours. To give this context, a full suit of the new T65 armor costs 6,900 gold, and the jetpack mod for it costs another 2,000. The weapons cost significantly less, but even the new armor set is going to run you a few thousand. So this is weeks, months really, of work to round out what you want. Now you don't have to look far on the Fallout 76 subreddit to find some discussion on the daily rate. While some moderates, including myself, are fine with 200, I would say the posts tend to favor increasing it. While this is likely the vocal minority, it's not unreasonable to think that the majority of players would be fine with a daily increase. Alright, we're gonna do a little philosophy aside here. It's this theory of wisdom called strong beliefs loosely held, which roughly means you should be willing to generate arguments for what you believe in and spend energy testing them, but you should also be willing to detach from them in the face of information that refutes your idea. I'm bringing this up because I was initially very supportive of the 200 per day cap. I argued we needed something to do while Bethesda works on the next update, hampered by the state of the world with this COVID lockdown. I argued that casual players would not be able to maintain earning 20 treasury notes per day for weeks and weeks, and I still kind of believe that. But I looked at other players' arguments as well, which mostly center around the fact that the income is too low for the feeling of accomplishing goals and earning these items. And I find I'm agreeing on some of these things. The Gauss pistol recipe is 250 gold. The T65 helmet is 1,950. With the pistol, I could start using it to try and generate nice legendaries. With the helmet, I get a helmet. It will always be the helmet. I will only ever make one, most likely. If I want to make my helmet better, I have to spend hundreds more for mods for it. So I am coming around on a few things, and I think the solution is more a reduction in the cost of some of the things rather than increasing the daily gold limit. Both types of armor seem excessive in cost, especially some of the mods. That said, if they do increase the daily amount, what's a solid number? I've seen people ask for 500, even 1,000. That's nuts. Is 250 more fair? 300? What about more out-of-the-box things like adding gold as a reward from the Scorched Beast Queen fight, or the new Wendigo Colossus? How about the option to replay the Vault 79 heist once per week for another, say, 100 gold? Maybe add a small gold reward to the harder events like Project Paradise or the Radiation Rumble as well, to generate participation in those, even if you only get the reward once per day. Maybe all of these, maybe none of these. Maybe this will just be like when Script was introduced and people railed against the limit, but ultimately they got over it. I can't say. Part of me actually thinks Bethesda is actually going to relent and raise it. I'm not sure how much. But part of me also goes back to my thinking of the standard player just not being able to maintain a 20 note per day clip in the long term. Personally, I would leave the daily turn-in alone and add gold to events, as I mentioned, especially since participation in some of those harder ones have dipped. I've seen Queen spawn recently that just no one on the map shows up for. Add a 10 gold reward for it though, and I think that changes. All that being said, I think we need to pump the brakes on the outrage train for the moment. It's been a week since Wastelanders launched. Let the devs look at the data, make a decision, and try and keep in mind things are going to be a little harder and a little slower to get done right now. So what are your opinions? Do you agree with the rate? Do you want an increase? Or maybe see it used as creative event rewards? Discuss it in the comments below, or share any ideas of your own. But that's all for now. This has been Josh from 1047. Hope you're staying safe at home and staying safe in West Virginia.